And welcome back to Nancy's Neighborhood, folks. And I have my dear friend Andrew Hunt on with us from the library. And my mother told me years ago, she said, anytime, Nancy, you're going to perform, don't follow animals or children. And Andrew, I would say, or the barbershop quartets. And I'm sorry, but you're going to have to follow that barbershop quartet. So Andrew's always with us once a month to tell us about what's going on at your library. So just kick us off, Andrew, and tell us what's happening.
Yes, I was going to start with a couple of events that are going to be happening in the near future. This Sunday, on February 10th at 2:30, our history branch, we have a really fine collection of history materials relating to East Tennessee, migration routes to this area, and pictorial collections and manuscripts, But one of the things we're trying to do some training to get, help people to know how to search their genealogy. And so that's one of the things we've been focusing on. And they're doing a part of our DNA and genealogy program this Sunday. And it's going to be at the History Branch Parlor at the Johnston Tucker Center. And Merle, I'm afraid to say the name. Ilgen Fritz will be discussing different types of DNA tests available and how the information can be useful in genealogy.
And I think this is good, Andrew, because you see all these advertisements on TV about the DNA, and then I've seen where triplets came back with 3 different backgrounds. I mean, so I think it would be nice for people to know exactly who to trust or how to do this.
Right.
Yes.
And the effectiveness and I'm sure, I think there's been several, in the last couple of months, there have been some other programs recently dealing with the DNA. So I think this proves, I think last time they had about 40 people come to it. So
okay, and this is this Sunday, 2:30.
Yes.
Okay.
A next event I want to talk about, and it's something we're not going to be closed. One thing for President's Day, we're open.
Okay.
We always have been open, and but we're going to be. There's going to be a special program that day. It's for children and parents. It's someone that we've had here before. It's Jacob Johnson. He's a musician.
Yeah.
And I think it's Doyle Dyke's son-in-law.
Yes, and he's very entertaining.
Yes, very good, and he does a wonderful job with the children. So it says children's musician Jacob Johnson will be performing on February 18th at 10:30 in the community room. Come hear him play live music with your kids while they're out of school for President's Day. Jacob Johnson is a musician and makes fun, folky, and educational music for children. He created Alphabets. You'll learn your letters, a system designed to help kids develop early reading skills. His latest album, Children and Parents, his latest album, Rainbow and Wiggles, is an interactive learning experience for children and parents alike that you will get moving while you listen. Come see what your children can learn through music on Monday, February 18th in the library community room. The library program is sure to be fun and interactive program.
And it's at 10:30 that morning. Okay.
And so
that's President's Day.
That's President's Day.
Okay.
Other just normal activities that we have going on at the library, and they happen monthly, weekly, and sometimes
almost daily.
Yeah, daily. So February 7th, which is tomorrow, Thursday, February 7th, 10:30 a.m. We have 2 opportunities for baby bookworms. One is in the morning, 10:30 a.m., and then one is at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And it's a story time for birth to 3-year-olds, and a lot of stories, music, and activities.
And is that where you use those things that you brought on one time and we played with?
They don't. There's a different program for the with the tiny tech or toddler tech.
Toddler tech. Okay.
And so they do have a program. I didn't see it on the calendar, but I think there may be one happening this month because I saw a Facebook ad for it. So but unfortunately, it didn't. We need to make sure it's on the calendar. Just check our calendar. We do update it sometimes when there's something.
Yes, and tell them how to check your calendar.
Yes, you go to our website at clevelandlibrary.org, and there's different calendars. There's a link for calendar, and then it's divided by age group. So there's one for the young children, to age 7, and then tweens and teens and adults, and then computer calendar. And so.
Great.
So and then on Friday, the 8th, there's and this happens, the Thursday happens every Thursday of this month. So the baby bookworms happens the 7th, the 14th, and the 21st and 28th.
10:30 and 1 o'clock.
10:30 and 1 o'clock.
Okay.
That happens every Thursday unless we're hitting a holiday. So,
Yes.
and then February on Fridays and Tuesdays we have what's Tuesdays, and it happens at 10:30 a.m. is what's called preschool story time, and that happens every Tuesday and Friday, and it's lively stories, a story time for ages 3 to 5 years with crafts, music, and stories. And again, a lot of times it's tailored to what may be on the calendar. So, I mean, I know one of those dates is probably going to hit Valentine's.
Yes, I started to say,
stories.
whatever holiday's coming up, then
President's
yes.
Day probably will
Right.
be too. So there will be. Actually, I think that President's Day is taking the place of the regular
Oh,
preschool
okay,
story time that
okay.
day, because that's going to be a Monday. No, that's an extra program.
Okay.
So get an extra day.
We love extras.
Every Saturday, so that'll be the 9th, the 16th, and 23rd, is we have story time for families. You know, join us for fun stories with the whole family with crafts, and that happens at 2 p.m. on Saturday.
And that's with crafts.
Yes.
And I think that is so neat.
And the parents can really help with the crafts. Sometimes it can be challenging. You know,
I can imagine,
so,
yes.
Mondays, and again, this happens every Monday, so it's Monday the 11th, and then the 18th and the 25th.
Okay.
And that will be at 3 p.m. It's Wiggle Worms. Again, little different program between the baby bookworms and the wiggle worms. I might even say wiggle worms is designed for a little younger even than the baby bookworms.
Oh.
This is for birth to two years old.
Okay.
And interaction with parents too, you know, with their child. Wiggle Worms is a baby program that targets children 2 years of age and under. Babies with their guardians will be listening to stories, rolling, bouncing, waddling, toddling, and music, you know, including classical and cultural, multicultural, all for the purpose of developing motor skills.
And that is fantastic because as a former special education teacher, I cannot stress enough how important motor skills
That
are.
movement, yes,
And
is
they
very
need
important.
to be in order. If we skip one, we may have a problem.
If they begin walking before they crawl,
That is
causes
not
problems,
good. That
yes.
is not good,
So,
no.
So we've Thursday. I keep my new way of formatting and printing. I'm having to still learn it. So
Well, while you're looking, is there a movie this month or has it
there
already been?
is.
Okay.
It will be. I know it's up here soon. So we've already talked about baby bookworms,
Yes.
preschool story time, midday build. We haven't talked
Oh, the
again.
midday build. That's with the Lego, yes.
If you, again, people, it's for all ages. You know, it's for Lego build, midday build. It happens on Fridays, every Friday at 12:15. It's a de-stressor. You know,
Yes.
you get just
Yes.
create and get your mind active
Yes.
and create something interesting.
I know I work jigsaw puzzles at the house because it's a great de-stressor.
And one thing we have done recently with jigsaw puzzles, down at close to the circulation desk, there's a little alcove back there under
Yes.
the stairway. We have a table set up for people that just sit down and work on puzzles. So
And sometimes you can pass one of those and just put a piece in right
That's
then
it.
and you're hooked. If that happens, you're hooked. And sometimes you can work for 30 minutes and not find a piece.
So and likewise, if you want to work on the whole puzzle yourself,
Right.
there's a puzzle exchange where you can take
Oh.
a puzzle, leave a puzzle, and
How
you know,
neat.
bring a puzzle and then take one and go
Well,
bring it back.
I need to tell some friends of mine who have puzzles, and once they've worked them, they're over them.
Bring
so
'em
I
back.
need.
Yeah, bring 'em.
Okay, I'll
So-
tell them.
And there are a whole bunch of them that they can save a little money. So
That's great.
we have, I know it's coming up here. We have Lego Club Junior. That's another one that's coming. And that is taking place. Lego Club Junior happens on Tuesday the 19th. And it's at 4:30 p.m. It's a time for Lego Challenge creations for ages 4 to 7.
Now let me ask you about that. If I come in, of course I'm not 4 to 7, but if I come in and I start something with Legos, and then is it going to still be there when I come back again, or do I have to start all over?
You'd be starting
Okay,
over.
all right. I just
Now, there is a program that we do that does the design with the tweens and their teen helper.
Oh, okay.
That we do save for a special event that happens every November. So the
Oh,
things that
okay.
they create for that
Okay.
are in part of an exhibition that takes place in November.
gotcha. Okay.
So, and I know the movie is coming soon. So here it is, Sunday, February 24th.
Okay.
And it's at 1:30 p.m. And the movie is going to be Sherlock Gnomes.
Oh,
Which
I've
is-
seen that
It's cute.
advertised.
It's really PG
Yes.
PG 86 minutes long.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I've seen that advertised, and I'm a Sherlock Holmes fanatic, so
I
don't
think
know
it's
how,
a cute movie.
Yeah,
I've watched
yeah,
it
it
too.
looks
So,
cute.
let me go back for now. We're going to aim towards children 7 to 12.
Yes.
And again, we talked about midday build. We have a tween STEAM program that takes place on February 14th on Valentine's Day
Oh,
at
okay.
4:30 p.m. Participating tweens ages 6 to 12, like engineers, will work together through a creative process of thinking, building, testing, and doing it again to build a simple, fun machine. And
it's a STEAM. You know how I feel about that. Leave that
Yes,
A in there.
right.
Yes, I love it.
And
yes.
then they will need to call the library
Okay.
to reserve a place. You know, sometimes the space is limited and you can only have so many spots to do it. So
Yes.
call the library at 472-2163, extension 124, which I'm sure is the children's desk.
Okay.
So, and that's one thing. Another thing that happens, Pokemon. You know, and I forget, one of my grandsons, this last visit, he was talking about Pokemon. So he was Pikachu. And so I said,
thought it was done.
Nope, they're
years
still
ago.
doing it.
Okay.
So Saturday, February 16th, 11 a.m., join us for Pokemon battles, trading and just plain fun. You know, if you have cards, you want to trade it with someone else, please feel free to bring your cards. The club is for all ages, 7 to 12, boys and girls. So.
Fantastic.
And let's see, we have Lego Club Thursday, February 21st for the tween age. And it's time for creation for ages 8 to 12 with their Lego Buddy, the teen volunteers.
Gotcha.
And also towards the end of the month, Tuesday, February 26th, 4:30 p.m. is Tween Book Chatter. And that a book discussion just for that tween age years, 6 to 12 years old.
Okay, what's
and
our book
the
for
book
this month?
is
Oh, yeah.
The Great Cake Mystery
Ooh.
by Alexander McCall Smith.
Okay.
So, and then they have the writing club for tweens that is called Tween Scribblers. And it's good, you know, give a theme and then they try to creative writing.
I think
with
that's
that.
wonderful.
And so writing club for ages 9 to 12. And that takes place Thursday, February 28th at 4:30 p.m.
And the marvelous thing about the library is it's your library, it's our library, and everything's free.
That's right.
And so, you know, you just can't beat it, folks. I mean, there's just no way around it. It's free, and it's there for us to use.
And you know, like I said, you look on the calendar, there's something usually happening about every day. And have not talked about computer classes. You know,
Well, and then is it Friday mornings you have the adult book club?
Yes, well, there is a book club, and that's one of the things that
Okay.
I was going. There's
Okay.
a library book club. So you know, some people move into the community and they don't have a book club to become to.
Right.
You can come to the library and be part of a book club that the library has.
And when do they meet?
They meet. That's what I can't remember
Oh,
offhand.
okay. I was thinking it was Fridays, but I don't know that that's right.
I think. Let me get to the adults here. Library Book Club, it takes place on Tuesday.
Tuesdays. Whoop, I was
Tuesday,
real wrong.
February 19th at 6:30 p.m.
Okay.
And what they're discussing this month is the club will be discussing Tell the Wolves I'm Home by Carol Rivka Brunt.
Tell the Wolves I'm home.
Carol Rivka
Okay.
Brunt, and it's open to adults 18 and over.
Okay. Now, do they need to have read the book before they come?
Most of the time, the intent is if you can read it ahead, but if you're new and you're wanting to get started, I would just invite you to come, you know, and listen, and then you'll know what also the next book club is
Right,
at the same
and
time.
meet a few people, and that's Andrew. Thank you so much for being on with me today. Alex has already said we're running out of time. I know. I'm sorry.
That's
There
okay.
is so much that happens at the library that we can't do it in the time allotted. It's just unbelievable.
Well, that's good. I'm glad we're an
yeah.
active library. So.
I'm glad you're an active library too, and there's a lot of things. Tell them the website one more time.
The library website is www.clevelandlibrary.org.
And the phone number in case they need to call.
423-472-2163.
Andrew, thank you so much. I love having you on once a month for people to understand it's a public library, it's your tax dollar at work, and I want you to utilize that library. So, Andrew, thank you so
Thank you.
much, and I'll see you next month, if not before.
Okay.
Folks, don't go away. We're going to take a little commercial break. Remember, watch our commercials, support our sponsors because they pay our bills. And I'll be right back with my next guest, so don't go away.